Jason Casper is the best guy ever. Big ups, Jason Casper! Jason Casper is the best guy ever. Big ups, Jason Casper! Jason Casper is the best guy ever. Big ups, Jason Casper! Jason Casper is the best guy ever. Big ups, Jason Casper! Jason Casper is the best guy ever. Big ups, Jason Casper! Jason Casper is the best guy ever. Big ups, Jason Casper! Jason Casper is the best guy ever. Big ups, Jason Casper!
All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Friday morning. God bless everybody in Jesus' name, in the name of Yeshua the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed in many ways. As guys, the Bitcoin price yesterday got a 5% dump to the downside, only to get a 3% pump to the upside, bouncing from one of the most important levels in all of history. $100,698.50 over on BLOFIN. And speaking of BLOFIN, guys, today BLOFIN, as you can see, is giving away $500 to you guys. Shout out to BLOFIN. All right, giving away the $500. Now, all you got to do to win is sign up using my link in the pinned comment and description. You don't have to deposit a dang thing. to get to $100. All right? It's not like all these other exchanges. They're like, hey, man, if you deposit $55 trillion, chop off a testicle, and donate a kidney, we'll give you a $500 trading bonus. BLOFIN's giving you $100 for nothing. Plus, if you sign up, they're giving you 20% cash back on whatever you deposit. 20% on whatever you deposit. Don't even have to chop a dang testicolite off your body, okay? Or donate a kidney. Plus, you could win all these prizes like a sack of cash. So if you did chop off a testicolite, you could buy one back on the black market. Did you know you could buy a testicle with $500 travel fund? I didn't know that either. Now, as usual, guys, we got to give a major shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to Unboxing Reviews. Shout out to Psycho Van. Shout out to Felix H. You caught the long. That's what's up. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to Garav Tak. I want to purchase MC, but the coupon don't work. Sorry about that. I'll have to hit up CryptoFace. Shout out to Robert Harold. Shout out to Epong TV. Shout out to Lars. Shout out to Steven Najuhis. Works great. Go learn from his free course. Shout out to the free course on YouTube, guys. Go check out the free course. All right, on YouTube, this is your instructor for the 100% free trading course. You can tell it's free. It has the fire emojis next to it. It's 18-part series on why you need to get big and super strong. Okay, an 18-part trading course series here for free on my YouTube channel. All right. Bitcoin bouncing. And the question is, dead cat bounce or legit bounce? We're going to be diving into the technical analysis right now as we're currently coming up to our first resistance. Trump or Elon? Look, man, I have no horse in the game. I have no horse in the race. In my opinion, the whole thing is scripted. I think Elon had a contract to support Trump for a certain period of time. His contract's over. Now he's contracted to be against Trump. It's hilarious to me that that Trump is bringing up that Elon's bringing up certain things that everyone already knew about. It's just weird, all right? That's my view. It's all scripted, brah. All right, it's to keep you plebs entertained while the agenda goes forth. All right? Shout out to Joe Potter. Shout out to Rogue. Shout out to Cipher Rider. Shout out to a beer. What is going on, a beer, my man? God bless you. God bless everybody. May the Lord bless us all. May the Lord Jesus bless us all and have favor on us and mercy on us. May he draw us all closer to himself. Shout out to Darren Does Things with the triple plunger emoji. Shout out to Philip Zhang. Shout out to StrobeNet. Give a shout out to Ash Cash. I don't know who Ash Cash is, but give a major shout out to Ash Cash. Shout out to Andy Jack. What's going on, bro? Guys, make sure to go sign up to, make sure to go subscribe to Andy from Bitcoin Census, his YouTube channel out there. All right, he's the one that calls BLOFIN. And so I've adopted his pronunciation. Is it pronunciation or enunciation? I don't know. Shout out to Antique Nico and Bobcat. And we got to give a major shout out to Pawan Verma from India. God bless you. Shout out to Bullish on Parade. He's here wearing his big boy pants. Let's make some dang money. God bless. Shout out to Ali Break Resistance. Shout out to Daroito and Bob Saget. Shout out to K Diggity. Morning peeps. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Shout out to Deaf Guy. And shout out to SRK Luxury, who says bro. Bro. Shout out to Jay the Man. Alright, guys. We also got to give a major shout out to the Casper Crew VIP Discord. Alright, Casper Crew VIP Discord. We have been given these levels in advance pretty much from the top, man. I mean, pretty much. I mean, we could say that pretty much from $86,000, we've been given the longs the whole way up. We've been given the shorts from the top. Alright. I mean, literally, guys. This right here was the last short setup that we gave in the Casper Crew before the big drop. Alright. And then, even though it's no longer open right now, we did in fact take the trade from the low 103s for the bounce that we had up to the short setup. Alright, so shout out to the Casper Crew, JasonCasperTrading.com. We got mad instructors in here. They're mad! But they are giving you the levels and the setups in advance. Make sure to check out the best trading community in the world. So let's take a quick look at what's happening here as Bitcoin is getting this move down. All right, we got to paint a little picture. Make sure to sign up to BLOFIN and use my link for a $100 giveaway today. All right, $100 giveaway today. It's definitely going to happen. 500. Actually, there's going to be 5 $100 giveaways. All right. Let's see. Look at this, guys. I just want us to take a look at this real quick. What is happening here is very, very interesting. This is super interesting. We got to paint a picture to understand the gravity of the situation. All right, the situation is quite full of gravity today. We're going to start once again on our monthly time frame. All right, we're going to start once again on our monthly time frame. Now, as we know, this is our monthly time frame, and as we know also, the characteristics of this bull run so far have been that when we break out of a range, it's a blue sky breakout. There ain't no questioning whether or not we break out. All right. In fact, I'm just going to draw a line on the monthly chart at every range all-time high. Well, not all-time high, but every range high. All right. Now, let's notice something different about this range than the other ranges. What's different? What's different here? Well, in the past, we had these big monthly candles that confirm way above the previous high, but this time, we closed the candle below the all-time high. And then to make things a little bit more shady, we closed 2 weekly candles below the level. And then to make things a little bit more shady, we're actually starting to change market structure on the daily time frame here. All right. What do I mean by that? I mean by this. We have our high, our higher low, our higher high, our higher low, our higher high, our higher low, our higher high. Now we wick down, and even if we don't count the wick and we count the daily close, we have just made our first lower low on the daily time frame since April 2025. So there's a few warning signs up here. A few. Now again, I'm not here to be bearish. I'm not here to be scarish. I'm not here to be squarish. But we do need to recognize that what's happening now is not the same as this. All right. One of these things is not like the other. Okay. One of these pumps and ranges, pump, range, change market structure, is not like the other. All right. Now, are we scared? Are we bared? Well, let's check out the weekly time frame. Okay. We're going to go ahead, put on market Cipher beat. The context here is that we are in a very strong uptrend, and we understand that the 4-year cycle is coming to a close. 2025 is going to begin the bear market. 2026 will be the thick of the bear market. But we have this trend line here, and what we got down here was a hidden bullish divergence. All right? A hidden bullish divergence is a continuation pattern as the price is making higher lows in a large uptrend. The oscillator is making lower lows. All right? This is a bullish continuation pattern. And when you see this, you expect the breakout of the range. This is what we saw back here. We printed the hidden bullish divergence. We got the breakout of the range. We printed the hidden bullish divergence. We got the breakout of the range. We have printed the hidden bullish divergence. We would expect a breakout from the range. Okay? Now, not only did we print a hidden bullish divergence here on our weekly time frame, but as we come down to the lower time frames, like the 3-day, and we take a look at this pattern down here, we're clearly seeing a deep oversold momentum wave and then a less oversold momentum wave as the price is getting lower, dropping right into very important support. All right. Now this is known as, let's see. Man, I don't have any of my teaching tools here. So we're going to have to go into the folders live. What is this known as? This is known as, let's see, right here. Yeah, there you go. The uneven butt cheek pattern. You have a juicy butt cheek on the left, a skinny butt cheek on the right. This is known colloquially as a bullish divergence, all right? So what we can do is we can actually take the butt cheeks, we can squeeze them together and stretch them onto the chart and see that the resemblance is striking. Well, I mean, Would you look at that? It's amazing. Okay, now this is a very bullish sign at the bottom here. And so here's the deal. After you print a big bottom like this, after you print a big bullish divergence like this, the next trigger wave that prints below that zero line is going to give you a massive pump to the upside. Like, for example, we had our uneven butt cheek pattern here back in the summer of 2024, and then in September 2024, we got that next trigger wave below the zero line. That was the big move to the upside. All right. Now, as we are watching the weekly time frame here, we are seeing another sign of caution, which is this. We understand that we had a very bullish bottom. We're looking for the breakout of the range, but on the weekly time frame, as the price is getting higher here, making our higher high, the momentum waves are getting lower. The money flow is getting lower, giving us the scary and the dreaded. Let's see if we can find it. Aha. The scary and the dreaded upside down Sam Bankman-Fried bearish man boob pattern. As the price is getting higher into key resistance, SBF, money flow, man boobs getting lower. All right, crooked man boobs, or in the Latin, gynecomasticus crooketus. We stretch it out. Again, the resemblance is striking. What does this mean? I'll tell you what this means. Right now, it's a battle. It's a battle between the weekly and the daily time frames. If this weekly time frame prints a red dot, I will say there's a very good chance that the top is in for Bitcoin. Why do I say that? Because historically speaking, when you have the bearish divergence on market Cipher B on the weekly time frame, and then you get that last hidden bullish divergence and you fail to really make a higher high, but you just fake it out and you confirm that red dot, that is the cycle top signal. Money flow getting lower, momentum getting lower, Sam Bankman-Fried's man boobs getting lower, gynecomasticus crooketus, another confirmed case, all right? That is a cycle top signal. So right now, we don't have a red dot on market Cipher B. In fact, it looks like we have some time for this not to print. When we come to the daily time frame, remember the pattern. When you have the uneven butt cheek pattern on market Cipher B, the next green dot that prints is going to give you that big move. Remember the pattern. This was that third wave after the uneven butt cheek pattern last year. This signal, September 7th, 2024, that gave us our first higher low and then led to the big breakout. All right. So what we want to see right now is we want to see this green dot on market Cipher B print and confirm before the red dot does, because if this prints, this is bullish continuation. All right, this is bullish continuation. And but if it doesn't print and if it keeps coming lower and that red dot confirms, the higher time frames are king, guys. Higher time frames are king. This is why I could be so bullish back here when this green dot confirmed. In fact, it's very rare that your boy Jay Casper comes out and says, I expect this to happen. You guys know, if you follow the channel, I don't really make predictions. We just analyze for the key levels. And then we plan for the trades, right? But when I see macro high time frame signals, I get bullish. All right? In fact, you know, I had the video, the famous, it's gone viral now, video on YouTube, where because of this dot, I came out as extremely bullish, right? We came out as bullish. We expected the move back up to 105 and a new all-time high, which we've gotten because of the high time frame market Cipher B, all right? So I will have to be equally as bearish if we get a cycle top signal on market Cipher. But what I want to see now is I want to see the 1 day print that green dot. Now, money flow actually looks good on the 1 day. Here's what really needs to happen, okay? Right now, I'll tell you this. Yes, we've changed market structure on the daily, but we could also look at this as our range to trade, right? There's two ways to look at this. You could look at this as, you know, pump, range, pump, range, pump, range, pump, and then pull back, right? Or you could look at this as a pump and then a range, right? This could be its own range here before the break again. And the reason why that could happen now is because we are at like macro resistance, which is the value area high of the entire Trump wins the election range, right? So this is one possibility we're looking at here, and we're hoping that this green dot prints before anything significant happens on the weekly. Now, if we don't hold this green line, I expect us to come down to around $97,000, $98,000 to our next technical area of support. We have the high that we put in on the beginning of May. We have the high volume node, and if we pull our Fibonacci from the low that we made back here on the 24th of April to our current all-time high, it's also our Fibonacci golden pocket 786. Okay, it's also our Fibonacci golden pocket 786 down here. So there is a chance this could hold. There is a chance this could be a real bounce. We're going to talk about the likelihood of that. If the green dot confirms on the daily, I expect big push to the upside. Big push to the upside. All right, so that green dot for me, that's what I'm going to be looking for. We are heading into a weekend, so be careful. Be careful. Something else to be aware of here is the fact that we are printing a kind of a head and shoulders here, right? And a lot of people are looking at this thing, and people were actually looking at it like this. We lost the neckline. We did come down. We're trying to reclaim the neckline right now. All right, this is something very important to keep our eyes on, because if we do reclaim that neckline, we could see a push to the upside. But here's something else that I think we should be aware of. As we are coming up to, right now, the neckline, we are also coming up to the high volume node of this range that we've been trading since May 8th, all right? So if we get a rejection from here, then I think we really need to keep our eyes peeled for a bounce from, I'd say, $96,000 to $98,000. And the reason for that is because the 4 hour right now is being primed for an uneven butt cheek pattern here. What I mean by that is left cheek is in. All right, the left cheek is in. You can see clearly here, we got ourselves the left cheek. We've got ourselves a left cheek. If we get a rejection from this area and we get another dump down, let's say over the weekend, coming down below $100,000, which is a psychological key level that a lot of people don't want to lose, what would Market Cipher B look like? You got it. You got it. It would look like this. And when you have a 4 hour bullish divergence and the daily time frame is bottomed out and oversold, that is a very nice bottom signal. No pun intended. Right? It's a very nice bottom signal. So, for me, this box I've drawn here, 96, 98K, is so important because if it doesn't hold, then we are coming down to the high 80s. And the reason for this is simply because when we are dealing with, let's see here, when we are dealing with a macro range, there you go. When you're dealing with a macro range, when you lose the value area high of the range, the probability, the final target, technically speaking, is going to be the bottom of that range here. All right, and the bottom of that range is those. We even have our Fibonacci golden pocket in the high 80s. All right, and it's our support resistance flip. Support, 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 all in here. Resistance, back test, right? This would be our breakout and back test. So, again, using that daily Market Cipher B as a filter, all right? If we're not seeing that green dot confirming here, expect lower. Once we see that dot confirm, that's where the low is probably going to be coming in. And again, if this does happen, guys, I just want to point out the fact that although it's scary for leverage traders, is it really a bad thing to see a nice rounded bottom like that? You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean? A nice rounded bottom like that? You guys know what I mean? Is that really a bad thing? To see a nice rounded bottom like that? You know what I mean? Is that really a bad thing? You know what I mean? See a nice rounded bottom like that? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Is that really a bad thing? See a nice rounded bottom like that? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Is that really a bad thing? See a nice rounded bottom, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And also remember that the daily time frame is going to give us that continuation signal here. All right. Now again, what I'm doing right now, guys, is I'm giving myself 2 things to look for on the macro in order to determine my bias. This weekly cannot confirm a red dot. If it does, I will stop caring that the daily's printing a green dot. All right, the weekly double drive of bearish divergence money flow momentum to me is way more important than a green dot on the daily. But if Bitcoin is going to continue in this uptrend, right? We could even look at the first leg up, our higher low, then we expect a higher high. The weekly does not confirm the red dot. The daily does confirm the green dot. We're seeing bullish divergence, uneven butt cheeks on the 4 hour, the 1 hour. Then we expect a bounce, and we expect it to be significant. Okay? So, we also do need to be prepared now, because the truth is, looking for a bounce, although it could happen, the technicals on the chart are becoming more bearish as time goes on. Why? Well, because we're confirming more and more candles below key resistance. We're having more and more time to confirm bearish divergences on higher time frames. We're heading into the summer, which historically is bearish. I mean, we look at last summer, and we went from a very bullish May to a very bearish summer, and we didn't pump until the fall. We go back to 2023. We went from a very bullish month to basically a very bearish summer, bottoming out in August, and then we pump in the fall. We go back to the last bull market, and we had a very bullish spring. All right, April, May, looking bullish, and then the summer very bearish, and then we don't pump until the fall, right? So we also do need to be prepared for that scenario where, you know, if we are not able to print the green dot and that weekly red dot prints, we have to expect, especially because we're going into the summer, a move back down to potentially the high 80s, or, dare I say it, take the low down here, okay? Now, here's something else that we need to keep in mind. In my view, this is the last year of the 4-year cycle. This is the last year. If we don't see new all-time highs this year, we're going to have to wait until 2028, 2029, all right? And so, if this is going to happen, or if this is going to happen, we need to see a bounce in the fall, all right? We need to see that bounce in the fall. Now, here's something else to be aware of. It could also be the fact that, you know, we make our lower low, we make our lower high, and continue down, okay? This could also be a thing, all right? So there's a lot of things that could happen here, which is why we got to clear out the noise as much as possible. And for right now, the only things that we should care about are going to be our weekly and our daily. Right now, it's a battle, like I said, between the weekly, upside down, sandbagman free, bearish man boot pattern, and the daily, uneven butt cheek pattern. All right, it's a battle between the patterns. All right, we got the bottom versus the top. We got the females versus the females. All right. So my next major level for Bitcoin is going to be 96, 98K. Like I said, locally right now, the major level to reclaim if we're looking for a long to the upside. If you're looking for a long to the upside right now, we need to come above the level we're at right now, 104, and then we need to hold this thing as support, and then we can look for more upside, right? This is going to be super key right now. It's going to be super, super key right now. So if we reclaim 104, get the back test, you know, you can look for that long. But if we reject from here, be looking for another low to come in between 96 and 98K. All right, so if I was looking for long trades right now, I'd either be looking for something along these lines or something along these lines. I want to see a breakout. I want to see us dip below 104. And then you could look for a long as well. than that, right? These would be my 2 long ideas. Locally, also, if you're looking for a short trade, we are at our first area of resistance. We pull our fib high to low. We've got our golden pocket right here. We've got our 786 right here. And we just have the support resistance split from this little range that we've been trading all week. So what do you guys think in the chat? First of all, make sure to like the stream. And make sure to sign up to BLOFIN for a chance to win a $500 giveaway. But what do you guys think? Do you think we're coming lower? Let me know right now in the chat. I'm very curious to see what you guys think here. Yeah, it's a POC. 104 is a POC and a support resistance flip. The 6 and 7 hour are bullish. I'd say that they are bullish. Wow. I did not see this, but this just in, guys. Breaking news. Shout out to my man Al. I was not looking at these higher time frames here, but look at the 8 hour bullish div. Look at the 6 hour bullish div. The 5 hour bullish div. Okay. All right. Wow. Typically I'm just looking at my daily and my 4 hour and below that. So reclaiming 104, we got some high time frame bullish divs coming in here. All right. Reclaiming 104. High time frame bullish divs coming on in. ETH is still Gai. Am I in a short? Yeah, I'm in 2 shorts, okay? I'm in 2 shorts, I'm in 2 longs right now on Bitcoin. 2 shorts and 2 longs. It's going up without volume. Let's take a look at the order flow here as well. You know what's quite interesting, guys, is the drop yesterday. We actually did see a lot of actual shorts coming in. A lot of shorts coming in. So this move to the downside was fueled by a lot of shorts, millions of shorts coming in. But right now we're starting to squeeze them. There's only a few still left open here. We zoom out here to our 4 hour. What's a little bit disappointing, well, it's actually not that disappointing here. With just such a liquidity grab like this, we still do see some bullish order flow, like across the entirety of this range here, where there's way more shorts here than there were down here. Way more. Look at how many more. As this white line comes down, this is showing you shorts opening up. So this could turn into a massive short squeeze to the upside. There's a lot of short side liquidity above the highs at 107, above the highs at 110. Like millions of shorts could get wrecked here. All right. So a reclaim of 104 and a back test of 104, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. That would actually be pretty nice for looking for a long trade, honestly. That would be pretty nice for looking for a long trade. Given the context now of these high time frame divergences, and this daily, it's tough going into a weekend, guys. It really is a bit tough going into a weekend. But when this daily does give us the green dot, I will get quite bullish. Bullishate. 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 Why is the 15-minute money flow so thick? Wow! Guess money's pouring in, man. 12-minute 2. 12-minute 2. Looks like we might break. Looks like we might break. I'd be very curious. I would want to wait and see what New York wants to do today. All right, be very curious to see what New York wants to do today on this Friday. All right, guys, make sure to like the video. Alright? We got 1,300 people in here. We got 300 likes. Let's pump the likes up to 700. Then we can do our $500 giveaway. Alright, let's pump the likes up to 700 for our $500 giveaway. Bitcoin went to 0 on MEXC. It only happened on TradingView, a Taurus. It didn't actually happen on the exchange. We got non-farm payrolls in 20 minutes. 8:30 New York time. Shout out to Joe Potter. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to Nick Flip. Shout out to Daniel M. and Splashfire Films. Let's smash up the likes, guys. We got a $500 giveaway courtesy of BLOFIN. We got to give a major shout out to BLOFIN, guys. All right, not only are they giving 20% cash back, everything you deposit, but they are giving away $500 today, $100 to 5 of you. All you gotta do is sign up and keep track of your user ID. Also gotta give a major shout out to ANTARCTIC exchange. All right, decentralized, no risk of your assets getting stolen. Everything's in your own wallet. All right, if you sign up using my link, you get 0% limit order, 0.015% market order fees. It's legitimately a great deal, guys. All right. Also, we got to give a shout out to the Casper Crew Discord if you want to join the community. Where you get the long setup from the exact bottom, short setup from the exact top, short setup from the lower high, long setup from the higher low, which obviously is no longer in, but we did long this on Monday and took it up to the short setup where we got the drop. JasonCasperTrading.com. All right. JasonCasperTrading.com. We got 400 likes. Let's see if we can't get them a little bit higher. Let's see if we can't get them a little bit higher. Man. All right. So the good news is, you know, ETH still holding its range here. Ethereum still holding the range locally. This is the 1 hour range here. We'll adjust it. ETH struggling to come back inside value area low. If Bitcoin can reclaim 104 and ETH reclaims 2,500, ETH could get a move back up to 2,600. Actually, we need 24. We need we need to hold like 2,500, and then we could get that move up to 2,600. And again, if ETH reclaims 2,700, we're going to, in my opinion, new all-time highs on ETH. All right. Again, Bitcoin. Here's what we got to do. Bitcoin confirms a green dot before Bitcoin confirms a daily green dot before it confirms a weekly red dot, and Bitcoin's going to pump. And if Bitcoin pumps, that will, in my opinion, solidify this green dot on the monthly Ethereum chart. All right, now monthly green dots below the zero line are no joke. This could really give us the breakout of this pattern hitting 8,500, but Bitcoin needs to do her thing. All right, Bitcoin needs to do her thing. I would say this, you know, thankfully total market cap for crypto has not made a bearish divergence. That's a really good sign. That's a really good sign. We have not made a bearish divergence on the total crypto market cap, which last time led to our market cycle top. Let's go to the weekly here. Yeah, that is a good sign. That is a good sign. Let's go to our daily. You know, essentially this is the Bitcoin chart because, you know, total crypto market cap. Most of the money's in Bitcoin right now. Most of this money's in Bitcoin. But same deal. The fact that we don't have a bear dip on total crypto cap is actually kind of bullish to me. If we see this green dot of printing, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be good, man. What can I say? has a huge bear div. Are you talking about this one? Right here? Dave Digital? The first drive? Which bear div are you speaking of? This one right here? I don't like this bear div, unless you're talking about the weekly bear div. But this is to be expected. Like, this is to be expected. This is just how every single bull run cycle is always going to be. Always. I mean, you go to the all-time index, and this whole thing's a bear div, right? I mean, literally, like, the whole entire Bitcoin history is one giant bearish divergence, right? You're just always going to have that if we're going to compare cycle to cycle. But yeah, the money, I'd say we don't have that big, ugly top signal there. What a strange Bitcoin dominance chart, honestly, with this channel here. Let's take a look at the weekly. This is the weekly. Let's take a look at our daily. You know, the way the daily's looking here on Bitcoin dominance makes me think we could get another little push. Makes me think we get another little push. Maybe that's what we need. So Bitcoin can get a real breakout of all-time highs, and we can see that alt cycle start to really come in. Looks like Bitcoin's struggling at this resistance here. Bitcoin struggling at this resistance. Yeah, I am clueless. He knows. Top of my lie knows. Yeah, I'm totally clueless, man. I'm totally clueless. I'm just speculating. I am totally speculating. But at this point, what else can we do, my man? At this point, what else can we do? We've got ambiguous signals. Looking mad ambiguous. Alright? So we can only speculate. Right? I mean, what a crazy year it's been, honestly. So far with Bitcoin. We've gone from this, to this, to this, to this, to this. That's been a crazy year for me, guys, honestly. Then my transformation from this, to this, to this, to this, to this. Alright? It's been crazy. We do need alt season. I'm really hoping for an alt season because, look, I got myself a lot of money in altcoins. I got myself a lot of money in altcoins. Alright, can we smash the likes so we can do a $500 giveaway? Can we smash the likes to do a $500 giveaway? Smash the likes so we can do a $500 giveaway! Shout out to 6 Juanita in the chat. Is the Pokemon hat my final form? No, the Pokemon hat is not my final form. Actually, this is my final form here. That's my final form. Make sure to check out the free course on YouTube, guys. Free trading course on my YouTube channel under playlists. 18-part series. Alright, learn how to trade for free from this guy. Who wouldn't want to learn from that guy? I sure would. Shout out to Alpha Vision. Do I collect Pokemon cards? I used to. I used to have all 150 cards. The holographics. But when I was away, my brother stole them and sold them so he could buy marijuana with the money, you know? So, I forgive him, though. Alright, we got the likes. Let's do a $500 giveaway. Alright, guys. Courtesy of BLOFIN. Sign up to BLOFIN using my link. Alright. And take your user ID which can be found up here underneath your little profile picture guy, okay? And what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to take your user ID and post it in the chat. Alright? Take your user ID and post it in the chat. Just spam the chat with your user ID. And I'm gonna count down from 10, take a screenshot, and the 5 ones that are visible in the screenshot win. Alright? And then BLOFIN will airdrop you $100 into your account. Alright? So let's go ahead. All right, let's refresh here. All right, spam your user ID on BLOFIN, guys. All right. Yeah, and just so you guys know, a user ID number looks like this. All right. It's going to be this 10-digit number underneath your profile picture, alright? Alright, here we go. You guys ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, looks like we don't have any winners on that one, because we don't have 5 in the screen. So guys, if you're going to be posting your big old things here, you have to be 5 in the screenshot. Alright, there's not 5 in the screenshot. We're going to have to do it again. Alright? You're posting your big things trying to win. Don't do that. You ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2.5, 1. Alright. We have our winners. Here's our winners here, guys. We got Vid, Crypto Bison, Bazooka, Henry, and Mary. Alright, shout out to those guys. Congratulations. I'm gonna copy your stuff and send it right on over to BLOFIN. Congratulations, guys. You each just got 500 smack rolls. Well, I'm sorry, each just got 100 smack rolls. Smack rolls. That's another word for dollars. Alright, smack rolls, dollars, same dang deal. Congratulations to our winners. Congratulations. Alright. Alright, guys. God bless everybody in Jesus' name. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you all have a great weekend. I'm going to head out, and I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to like, subscribe. Peace.